make their intentions known. Phoenix here, and once again, we're going to be doing a watch and learn. I'm going to go into spectate, and I'm going to see how much I can keep up with. Chance to learn what cards do, and work on commentating. Also, it's easy content. Alright. Ooh. Skull Servant versus... I'm gonna guess Eldritch. Yep. Skull Servant versus Eldritch. Summon limit to make the limits to 2 or less per turn. Eldritch out to immediately make problems. Alright. Hold the phone. What did he just do? Into the void. If you have 3 more cards in hand, draw 1. And if you do during the end phase, discard your entire hand. White. Let's see what all the whites that he did. White Baking. It's the name of Skull Servant in the grave. If you roll 3 lowers on monster you control will be destroyed, you can discard this card instead. If it's sent to the graveyard, add 2 monsters with different names from your deck to your hand that are not White Baking. You can only use this effect once per turn, so we discard 1 of those, that's going to go off. Do White Prince. Lady in White doesn't do anything. White Princess. No, she doesn't do anything here, but he gets 2 cards to hand. Which would be White Prince and another copy of King of the Skull Servants. And he got big. I'm going to assume White Prince did something that let him... You can send 1 Skull Servant and 1 Lady in White from your hand and or deck to the graveyard. Wow. Got this Eldritch dude sweating. Using King of the Skull Servants, you get 1,000 attack points per Skull Servant in the grave. Every card in his deck's name becomes Skull Servant when it's in the grave. He's bouncing cards around. Gets one of the 3 cards that Eldritch has that summons Eldritch. Probably going to activate it right away. There it is. Just pass his turn. Activating the effect of the Eldritch in his grave. Summons the Eldritch itself. Boosted stats. Setting cards. Going for the attack. Is Mirror Force going to destroy him? No. Golden Land forever. That is very upsetting. Looks like Eldritch is going to take it. Oh, that hurts. That's just a baby Skull Servant. Which he links off into Link Haribo. Which is not going to be enough. Probably not. Eldritch player going Conquistador to pop the Link Haribo. Showing off by getting out his 3rd Eldritch. He must be very proud. And it's over. And that is unfortunately what you would expect from Eldritch versus Skull Servant, but I did have hopes for him at the start. Let's go into the next match. Ignite versus Unknown. Activating Summoner's Art, adding Ignite to his hand. Using it to set Pendulum Scales. Tries to activate the effect, but blocked by an Ash Blossom. So he's unable to destroy both, but he does still have his scale set up. But the cost is still destruction, so that does go off. believe. If you have an Ignite card in your Pendulum Zone, destroy both cards in Pendulum Zone. If you do, add 1 fire warrior type monster from your deck to your hand. Yeah, so he had both of their effects to activate. So the Ash Blossom was only able to stop one of them, so just use the other one. Which he had Sublimation Knight, and almost summoned it to equip a fire monster to it. Which he is then going to de-equip to make into a Link monster. Sold. Is this the Cyberstein OTK deck? Sets the Pendulum Scale once again. This time actually summoning with it. Bringing back his 2 monsters that were destroyed. Using his Pendulum Scales to destroy themselves and add a Fire Warrior again. Using his souls to send one to the grave to summon out a warrior. Using Inferno Night Round's effect to add Telekinetic Charging back to hand. This is the Cyberstein OTK deck. Linking off a sold into Crystron. Using Crystron's effect to bring out a tuner. Putting them all together into Road Warrior. Linking off Crystron and his Uth into Ripidocus. He's going to use its effect to turn Cyberstein into a Psychic type monster. Cyberstein, you no longer have to pay 5,000 life points to activate its effect. Because that is what Telekinetic Charging does. You don't need to pay life points to use Psychic monsters' effects. So using Cyberstein, he's able to summon as many fusion monsters as he wants. Which allows him to just keep throwing out big ones until he gets Supreme King Starving Dragon. And just blow him up. That is a real shame that that guy wasted his Ash Blossom. Exciting to see that firsthand. Fortunately not on the receiving end of it. I would be upset. World Chalice? This isn't the starter deck, is it? Yeah, it's 5 in the extra deck, it might be. We have World Chalice versus Frightfur. Polymerization. Fusing off Imp with Wings. And a Cruel Whale. Activating the effect of Edge and Chain when sent to the graveyard to add Frightfur Fusion to hand. Using Frightfur Fusion to banish from the grave the same monsters he already used to fuse with. Make another Cruel Whale. Xyz summoning using the Cruel Whales into True King of Calamities. Activating the effect of Edge of Scythe in hand to fuse on the opponent's turn to Freight for Daredevil. I'll make sure I'm reading this right. Yep, during your opponent's main phase, reveals card, fusion someone using monsters from your hand or field as material. If Freight for Fusion monster will be destroyed by battle card effect and the effect of the penguin. Yeah, draw 2, then discard 1. So he drew 2 and he pitched the Nibiru. Probably because he just assumed he was going for the finish. But he is a little off this turn. But still in a much better spot than his opponent. For some reason, not activating Smashing Ground, not setting Ballista Squad. Not doing much of anything. Activates Toy Vendor, discard 1 to draw 1 and show it. Fluffle Monster lets him summon it. Gets Fluffle Dolphin, using Polymerization to fuse Daredevil. Yeah, Fret for Daredevil and the Fluffle Dolphin into Sabretooth. Targets a Frightfur monster in the graveyard and special summon it as an effect of Sabretooth being summoned. Gets back the Cruel Whale. And just goes in for the close. One person was way more prepared for that duel than the other. Let's go on to the next match. Ooh, we got Despia Dark Lords. Those are fun to see. Activates Banishment. Add Dark Lord from deck to hand. Takes Dark Lord Ixchil. Using Ixchil's effect, pitch it in another card. Yep, discard the card, add one Dark Lord to hand, draw 2 cards. Take 2 Dark Lord to hand, switch on one of them. Look at fair return. Hang on a second. Okay, so Dark Lord Ixchil's effect activates. Discard this card and 1 Dark Lord. Okay, so it was 2 to draw 2. And he just set strategy. Opponent is playing Cyber Dragons using Master's effect to pitch 1, summon itself. Summons Dry, and is going to Xyz them into Nova. Probably go into Infinity. Yep. And probably going to use Infinity to attach Tragedy to itself, or Battle Phase. This can only target face-up cards? Yep, face-up attack position monsters to make it into its material. Draws Superbia, activates another Banishment of the Dark Lord, adds another Ixchil to hand. Activates Ixchil. Oh, uses Call by the Grave, though, to negate it by targeting the first Ixchil that he has put in the grave. So he does not get to draw 2. And he passes turn. Did not even set a monster. Cyber Dragon player activates Nashter's effect again. Able to summon Cyber Dragon from the grave using Nashter's effect. And is going to use all of his Cyber Dragons to start attacking. Takes his 2 Nashters and links them together for Cyber Dragon Seeger. Probably would have been smarter to do that at the start of the fight, because that would have gotten him 1700 more damage. Goes right into battle phase, finishes Dark Lord off. Not what I expected that match to do. I guess Dark Lord got a bad hand. Next match. What the hell am I looking at? I guess this is just a ritual deck. Activates Bigfoot's effect. Monster Born gets pitched. Bigfoot gets summoned. Gets to add Envoy to hand. Draw 1 card. Opponent activates Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. Clearing his board, summoning Gamma Seal and Yadarla. Normal summons Fairy Tale Luna. Adds an Luna hand. Reveals Sog de Fleur. Goes into Draglubion. Brings out Numeron Dragon. Goes in for the battle. And it's over. I wasn't expecting to be impressed when I saw the guy as opening hand had 2 Super War Lions. I feel like we shouldn't even count that one. He's got Rank Up Magic, and he's got Astral Karibo. Opponent does nothing passes turn. Activates Paw Desires. Ah, it's a Utopia. XYZ Tactics. Summoned to the field. Pay 5 points to draw a card. So he could draw a lot of cards depending on how many Utopias he gets out. Reveals the Utopia in his extra deck to summon Astral Kuriboh as a level 4. Makes it into Utopia. Charge Tactics lets him draw a card. Astral Kuriboh adds protections to the monster it's summoned on. Which I don't know if that will carry on to its next material. A number exceeds monster that someone using this card on the field as material gains this effect. Cannot be destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effects. Does that carry on to something that goes into further? Because Utopia Prime was made using just Utopia. So does that consider Astral Kuriboh have been on the field as its material? I guess we'll find out. He gets to draw another card for making another Utopia. Activates Onomatopoeia. Activates Hyper Rank Up Magic. Turning Utopia Prime into Utopia Dragonar. Gets to draw another card. Activates Dragonar's effect. To summon Ultimate Leo Utopia Ray. Gets to draw another card. The effect of Hyper Rank Up Magic Utopia Force activates in the grave. If an Xyz monster is special summoned by the effect of a rank 10 or higher Utopia or Utopic monster while it's in the grave, target one of the special monsters, attach this card to it as material. So it gets to use Utopia Force to attach itself to the monster summoned by Dragonar. It attaches the material to equip one ZW card, choosing Eagle Claw. Opponent's weapons are 2,000 higher than yours, which does not matter because it's just turned into equip. Target one Utopia monster you control, equip monster to it, already done. While it's equipped to a monster, negate the first trap or effect activated on your opponent's field when it resolves. Now normal summoning Zubaba Bancho Gagaga, which brings back the Utopia Onomatopoeia from the grave. Turn them into Utopia Double. Paying 500 life points to add, draw another card. Draws Astraltopia, which lets him summon it because he's an Xyz monster on the field. He has Onomata Pickup in his hand. He could use Utopia Double's effect, but I don't know if that'd really do much other than thin his deck out, maybe. Activates Onomata Pickup. Gets another Utopic Onomatopoeia out. Detached material does take double or nothing. Turns Utopia Double into Utopia. Lets him pay another 500 to draw another card. Goes in the battle phase. And with his $500,000, or he just attacks with one. What did he do that only let him attack once? Other monsters that you control cannot attack directly. So by summoning something using Dragonar, he can only attack with Dragonar. During the opponent's turn, he's going to detach a material from Dragonar and activate Max C. Dragonar's effect summons out Numeron Dragon. Because the Xyz summoned a monster, he was able to attach Hyper Rank Up Magic to it as material. Summons Utopic Onomatopoeia, overlaying it with Astraltopia to make ZS Utopic Sage. Alright, what just happened that time? If this card leaves the field. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. Galaxy Cyclone. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target one spell, drop a field, destroy it. So he made room for his Memories of Hope card. Draw cards equal to the number of Xyz monsters, different names you control, which right now would be 1, 2. Wait, you're not a number. 1, 2, 3. I guess 4. Activates another pot, draws even more cards. Activates second Maxi for the turn, which just overlaps into nothing. Activates Vanity's Emptiness to make sure his opponent cannot activate any cards, or special summon any cards during the battle phase, I guess. Makes Draglubion, Numeron Dragon, enormous, and doesn't attack with it. That's the waste of a 2,600 attack point monster. 26,000. Carry the 0. Opponent did not fight back, which makes that a bit less impressive. Virtual world. Who are they fighting? Playing a god. Activate Maxine in response to Reactor Slime. Reactor Slime summons 2 tokens, which I guess only counts as 1 instance of special summoning. Draws his 3rd Max C. Summons Virtual World Hime, sends to the grave. Summon Jeju, summon my Hime. Turns them all into, what the heck? Ravenous Croco Dragon Arctheus? That's new. Gains 500 attack defense for each card in your hand. It starts at 1,000 body. You can only use the following effects once per turn. If it's synchro summon, draw cards equal to the number of non-tuners used for its synchro summon. Quick effect, you can discard 2 cards, target 1 card in the field, destroy it. He's going to draw 2 cards from the non-tuners used. Banish this card from his grave to draw another card. Pitches Forbidden Droplet. Activates the effect of Rao Lo. Summon itself. Gets out another JJ. Brings back Hime Nyan Nyan. Sinks them into level 6. Stardust Charge Warrior. Stardust Charge Warrior can attack all special summoned monsters your opponent controls once each. Activates Emergency Teleport. Brings out another Nyan Nyan. Now makes QB Shen Shen. Trap card activates in the grave, banishes itself, special summon back. Hime Lulu. Makes Geomathmech Final Sigma. Goes in for the attack. Opponent tributes to summon Reflect Slime. Instead, is going to just start punching the slimes. Goes for direct attack. Once per turn, monster clears attack, target one banished monster to the owner's graveyard. So he did that to return his Hime from the banished zone. A direct attack was made, so Guardian Slime was summoned. Now Duelist B is pretty well set up to get out something big. Activates Joyous Spring to negate the extravagance. Activates the Reflect Slime, brings it out. Activates Max C in response to special summoning. Tributes his Guardian Slime to pick out Egyptian God Slime. Draws a card. There's Ghost Bell. Tributes his other, the actual Reflect Slime, to summon a second Egyptian God Slime. Virtual World Gate. Target one face card on the field. Shuffle 2, banish into the grave. Then destroy that card. Which is not going to matter because of Mound of the Bound Creator. So it does just get his cards back into the deck from the banished zone, and is then going to start punching with the God Slimes. And it can't be destroyed by battle, so he's able to crash it into Geomathmech for nothing to lose. Well, with nothing lost. Brings back QB Shen Shen from the grave by banishing. Turns Mathmech back into the extra deck. Summons Roshi after targeting QB and pitching. Brings back Hime. Pitches 1. Activates the effect of Virtual Gate again. Sends up my Hime. He's gotten rid of Mound of the Bound Creator. 3 and 9. Makes the 12 for Geomathmech again. Taking off Roshi and Stardust. Overlaying them actually for Utopia Beyond. When this card succeeds summon, the attack of all your opponent's monsters becomes 0. That was probably the best back and forth game we've gotten to see today. Time Lords. Who are they fighting? Time Lords versus Dark Magician. I hope the Time Lord wins. I hate Dark Magicians. Activate Soul Servant to stack his deck. Banish Soul Servant to draw a card. It's the Dark Magic Circle. Adds another Dark Magic Circle to his hand using its effect. Activates Dark Core, pitching Metaion. Adds Eternal Soul to make Dark Magician monster zones unaffected by Dark Core. That's just a waste. Activates Torrential Tribute intentionally, so it could summon Dark Magician using Eternal Soul. And he's probably going to use that to target one card your opponent controls and banish it. And can you be targeted? Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, but it's not destruction, it's just straight up banishing. So Dark Magician comes back to the field. Dark Magic Circle activates, banishes the Time Lord. Burning Land takes effect for first damage of the game. Dark Magician back to attack mode. Activates Magician's Soul's effect. Activates Eternal Soul in response to summon the Dark Magician that was just pitched. Magician's Souls goes to the grave. Dark Magic Circle activates because the Dark Magician was summoned to banish Burning Land. Swings twice with his Dark Magicians. Overlays the Dark Magicians into Ebon Illusion Magician. Nope, Red Eye's Flare Metal Dragon. While this card is Xyz material, each time your opponent activates a card or effect, inflict 500 damage to your opponent immediately after it resolves. So really just locking the opponent into stuff. Summons Hail on the Time Lord. Banishes Time Maiden to summon Raffi on the Time Lord. Time Lords both attack. And their effects resolve. Halen's effect, if this card battles and you're left with a lower inflict damage point equal to the difference. Raphion's effect. This card battle inflict damage point equal to the attack of one monster your opponent controls that battled this card this turn. Which was just enough to get him over the line. An impressive and horrifyingly quick comeback. What else do these freaks have in store for us? Ooh, Live Twin. Activates Ash Blossom to negate the card demise. Draws his Max C. Summons Live Twin Kiss a Kill. Opponent activates Skill Drain, so it's a No Fun Allowed deck. No Fun Allowed True King deck. Everyone's favorite. Everyone loves the True King decks. They allow for such engaging counterplay. Activates the effect of the Lil treat in his hand, special summon itself by having a Kiss a Kill on board. Swings twice. Opponent activates another True King's Return. Turn change over. Activates a secret password to add Evil Twin. Summons Droll and Lockbird, links it off with Kiss Kill to make IP Masquerena. Or Lilla. Activates Solemn Judgment in response to the Masquerena. Swings with Kiss Kill. Turn change over. Activates Enkamufrit. If you have no cards in your extra deck, you can destroy this card, then draw one. In response to that, activates Max C. Enkamufrit activates the effect, destroying itself. Activates Pot of Duality, which prevents special summoning this turn. Adds the big green True Draco to his hand. Dynamite. And this match feels pretty over. Yep. Set 2 and pass. Hang on now. Must be special summoned from the face of extra deck by having no cards in your extra deck except itself. You can only special summon it once per turn this way. Does that, activates Terraforming, gets the Draco Diagram. To buff up all true Dracos, swings for bigger numbers. Activates Diagram to destroy one to draw. Activates Snowman Crossout Designator, targeting Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. So he's just playing cards for the sake of playing them now. Tributes opponent's True Draco to summon out Godarla. I guess in a desperate attempt to deprive his enemy of his monster. This does not work because True King's Return brings it back. Then he swings with Godarla. I don't like True King decks. I don't like any deck that runs Skill Drain. I think it's not good. Alright, what do we have this time? Harpies. Who are they going up against? Does nothing past turn. Opponent draws. Activates Mothman. Mothman gets summoned. Tsushinoko gets pitched. Summons Tsushinoko. Activates Mothman again. Mothman gets pitched. Gets to draw a card. Pitches Zephyros. Activates Zephyros effect. Bring Mothman back to hand to summon Zephyros from the grave. Activates Mothman effect again. Jackalope gets pitched. Mothman is summoned to the field. Jackalope was pitched, so here comes Bigfoot. Xyz summoning using Mothman and Zephyros to number 60. Number 60's effect. Draw 2, discard 1. Gets Grapha out of it. Summons Plague Spreader Zombie. Links them for Halki Fibrex. Activates Halki Fibrex effect, summon back Plague Spreader Zombie. Activates Recurring Nightmare to add Tsuchinoko and Snow back to hand. Links off all 4 of his monsters for Saryuja Skulldread. Activates Skulldread's effect, draw 4, send 3 back. Activates Allure of Darkness, draw 2. Banishes 1, which is his beige. Summons Grapha. Activates the effect of Chupacabra in hand. Chupacabra gets summoned. Lucent is discarded. Lucent summons itself back for being discarded. Saryuja Skulldread starts buffing everyone. Links off Grapha and Chupacabra into IP Masquerena. That's odd. Grapha comes back by bouncing the Dark World. Activates the effect of Jackalope. Jackalope is not hit, summons itself. Snow is discarded, lets him add a Dark World card to his hand. Links off Saryuja, IP, and Jackalope for Appaloosa. He is overcomplicating this so much. Activates Charge in the Dark World, summons Snow from the grave. Activates the effect of Lucent to summon itself when it's pitched. Plague Spreader Zombie's effect is activated. Summons itself back. Sinks Plague Spreader off with Lucent for Borreload. Using Borreload's effect to target the Saryuja in his grave. Gets a big fat Savage Dragon. Links off Grapho with Plague Spreader again for Baron de Fleur. You had this man dead to rights so long ago. Bounces back Snow to get Grapha back, and he starts swinging. Attempts to activate the effect of Hysteric Sign in his grave. Borreload negates it using one of its 4 negates. Borreload negates the Lightning Storm. 2 negates left. Summons Harpy Channeler. Pitches Hysteric Sign. Activates Impermanence to stop Channeler's effect. Activates Call by the Grave, targeting IP Masquerena. Activates second Call by the Grave, targeting Halki Fibrex. He is just playing cards for the sake of playing cards. Activates Harpy's Featherstorm, which is going to be negated by Floor. We got there, people. Chain 6. Good work, everyone. And he slams his own face into Savage Dragon. That was an impressive hodgepodge that the Danger Dark World had. I wonder what other freaks are in store. Okay. Numeron deck. Ugh. I hope the Duelist A wins this one. Because Numeron decks are not cool. Pass his turn. Activates Foolish Burial Goods. Summons Marincess. Activates Effect Veiler to negate the effect of Marincess on summon. Links off Blue Tang into Marincess Blue Slug. Blue Slug effect activates. Attempts to activate. Ghost Bell chains because it targets something in the grave. Does not resolve. Blue Tang's effect in the grave does activate. Sent to the grave for links on a water monster. Activate the top 3. Add 1 to hand and shuffle the rest into the deck. Adds another copy of itself to the hand. Swings 15. Passes turn. Draws Lightning Storm. Activates Lightning Storm targeting the back row. Opponent chains Crossout Designator to protect their one other back row. There goes their own Lightning Storm. Opponent activates Numeron Network. Activates Maxi in response, which is a smart move. He's about to try to summon 4. There they are. All the gates. Gets to draw 1. Activates in response Marincess Wave. Control Marincess linked monster. Target one face-up monster opponent controls. Negate that face-up monster's effect until the end of the turn. So he prevented its effect. Which effect, though? Yeah, double the attack, so that's not going to go off. The match might be over. It has to swing again to get over it. Activates the effect of Marincess Crown Tail. During damage calculation. Send one other Marincess monster from your hand to the graveyard. Summon this card from your hand. If you do, the damage you take from that battle is halved. Start damage step. Opponent's monster attacks. You can banish the card from your graveyard. Blah, blah, blah. So he's able to survive this turn. Almost. Main phase 2. Turns Numeron Gate into Numeron Chaos Gate. Draws 1 due to Max C. Effective Ice Barrier activates. Banishes card from your graveyard. Send one level 5 or higher water monster from your deck to the graveyard. Then you can add a water monster from your deck to your hand. Adds another Blue Tang to hand. Turn change over. I am rooting for the Marincess guy super hard. Summons Marincess Pascula. Which lets him special summon Marincess from his hand defense mode, which is going to be another Blue Tang. Blue Tang's effect activates. Send a Marincess from deck to the graveyard. Links off Blue Tang into another Blue Slug. Blue Slug activates, and so does the Blue Tang in the grave. Blue Slug's effect does resolve, adding Seahorse to hand. Blue Tang's effect is going to go to excavate 3. Finds the other Seahorse, which is the only applicable target. Adds to hand. Links off Pasculus. Into Sea Angel. Adds a Marincess spell from deck to hand. Just going to add Marincess Battle Ocean. Summons Seahorse to a zone that a link monster you have points to. Activates Battle Ocean, so all Marincesses gain 200 attack. Also, each one gains 600 attack for each Marincess card equipped to it. Which he doesn't have any of those in effect right now. Links off Blue Slug and Sea Angel. Coral Anemone. Target monster 15 on list attack your graveyard, special summon it to your zone. This card points to. Also, you can't special monster except turn it except water, which I don't think is going to be an issue. Marincess monster that link summon using Marincess Crystal Heart unaffected. When you link summon a Marincess monster extra zone, you can equip 3 Marincess link monsters with different names from your graveyard to it. Deactivates the effect of Ghost Ogre, though, to prevent that effect from activating because activate effect of a card that's already face up on the field. That's a bummer. But it is still going to let him equip monsters. No, summon monsters. Marincess starts swinging. He has him at 600. He links off. He might just be able to make his monsters bigger. Oh, Crystal Heart may have been a mistake. He links them both off. Marincess, Great Bubble Reef. Let's just check this back real quick. Crystal Heart is unaffected by monster's effects while it's in the extra monster zone. During the damage step, this card battles opponent's monster. That opponent's monster is unaffected by card effect except its own. When this card, your Marincess link monster's card's points, he is targeted for an attack. None of this applies, so it's just to get a link 4 out, but Coral Anemone's effect. If it's sent to the field of the graveyard, target one Marincess in your grave, add it to your hand. Okay. So he's adding Marincess Wave back to hand. Bubble Reef's effect is going to activate. You can banish one water monster from your grave or face up the field. Draw 1. That's during the standby phase. Each time a monster is banished face up, this card gains 600 attack for each. You can send a water monster from your hand to graveyard and special summon one of your banished Marincess, which brings him back Crown Tail. So I think he's just trying to get monsters that have more than 2k of a stat on field, so he can't Numeron Slam over him. Activates the effect of Max C and Bubble Reef to banish a card face up, which gives it 600 more attack points. Duelist B activates Magical Mallet, sending back his 2 to try to draw more. Uses Numeron Calling to send the Numeron Gate to the grave. Links off his 3 Numeron Baby Gates for Infinitrack Fortress Megalocops. Megalo Slam Jams over it with 4k body. Activates Foolish Barrel of Goods, sends Marincess Wave. Activates Signet Mining, pitching Nibiru to add a 3rd Blue Tang. Summons Blue Tang. Blue Tang's effect activates. Let's run that back real quick. Send one Marincess monster from your deck to the graveyard, which it just sent. Pascula. Pascula's effect activates. Let's get Battle Ocean. Sacrifices the Infinitrack to get out Gamma Seal. Activates Battle Ocean. Synchros out of Coral Anemone. Blue Tang's effect activates, and so does Battle Ocean. And it's looking like the win's gonna go to Marincess. Coral Anemone's effect activates. Summons Crystal Heart. Sends everyone away. Marincess Wonder Heart. Battle Ocean's effect activates again. Is that not a hard once per turn? No, it is not. Goes into battle phase, swings over the Gamma Seal. And that's game. I'm really happy that the Marincess won that. I hate Numeron Gate deck. Good for them. Let's see what other stunning upsets are going to happen today. Looks like we have another starter deck, World Chalice versus Unknown. They set 1 pass. And Duel's B did nothing. Duelist A activates Advanced Ritual Art, pitches Blue Eyes. With Chaos Max. Chaos Max means 4K. Fast turn. Duelist B summons World Chalice, swings into it. He is in fact just trying to kill himself. Why? Is he just doing like the bare minimum to climb ladder? Not even ladder, just fill out the battle pass? You get more progress if you win. You can at least try. So we're looking at an Eldritch player. I already feel my will to live fading. Activates Foolish Burial. Counters with Max C. I guess responds with Max C. Summons Eld Lord. Sets 2. Activates Eld Land. Pays 800 to get Eldritch. Passes turn. Opponent activates Called by the Grave. Counters with Eldritch Scarlet, which is going to summon Eldritch before it can get on the field. He should have seen that coming. Eld Lord is now on board. Goes into main phase. Activates Drytron Field spell. Activates Meteonis Drytron. No, that wasn't Meteonis. That was Drytron Nova. Gets back a Drytron, summons Link Karibo. Without that, Ben 10 comes out. Adds Diviner to hand. Summons Diviner. Use Diviner effects, send 1 to adjust its level. Targets the face down Conquistador from Elder Entity. Counters by activating Conquistador, which lets him pop the Diviner. Activates Drytron. Now he activates Meteonis, gets Cyber Angel Natasha. Links Natasha and Link Karibo into Cross Sheep. Natasha's effect is going to activate in the grave. If this card is in the graveyard, banish one other Cyber Angel monster like the Ben 10 he had. Target one monster your opponent controls. Special on this card, if you do, take control of that monster. And if monster special to a zone this card points to, you can activate the following effects in sequence based on the type. So, Natasha was summoned to where Cross Sheep points to it, lets to draw 2, then discard 2. Which is Nibiru and Gamma. One other Drytron monster or a ritual monster from your hand or field, special on this card from the graveyard. Defense person, then special one Drytron monster from your graveyard. So we discarded Gamma, used its effect to tribute the other Ben 10 in his hand to summon Gamma, which let him bring back Alpha also. And now he has his third Ben 10 in hand. Activates the effect of Natasha, which we want to stop and look at real quick. Make sure I'm following that right. One face of monster you control, get life points equal to half its attack. So we targeted Eldlord for that. And then he linked them off. And to make Boral Sword, which unfortunately put Eldritch back in his opponent's grave. And he used Boral Sword's effect to turn a monster defense mode on his own monster to give Boral Sword a second attack. Interesting. I had not considered that option. Much to think about. Been playing the Boral deck a lot as of late. So that's a little trick I'm going to have to remember. And once again, we have the starter World Chalice deck. Going up against God knows what. My money's on God knows what. My bet was well placed. World Chalice does nothing, passes. Oh my god, there's two of them. The frickin' Spider-Man pointing meme. Duelist A pitches one because his hand is too full and passes. Duelist B sets one back row. Swings. We have 3 more turns of this. Duelist A pitches one, passes. Duelist B sets one more back row. Swings 18. Will Duelist A do literally anything? No. Duelist B, please play a second monster. My god, he did it. He saved us a round of tedium. That was awful. Why are people doing this? Like, it's got to be some sort of, like, auto bot thing, right? Not like a transformer, but just, like, something to, like, run the game and fill out the battle pass while they're at work or something. I don't get it. Okay, so we have another Eldritch player. So this match is already not fun. Versus Junk. So this is new, so I'm going to need to check some stuff to see what's happening. Junk Converter, discard it, add 1 tuner Synchron monster from deck to hand. Jet Synchron. Discard this card and 1 tuner. So we discard itself and Junk Jet Synchron. Jet Synchron's effect activated to add a Junk monster from deck to hand. And Junk Converter lets him add a Synchron to hand, which lets him add Synchron Carrier and Synchron Carrier. No, Synchron Carrier and Junk Synchron. Or was it 2 Synchron Carriers and then use tuning to add Junk Synchron to his hand? Ghost spells activated in response to Scrap Iron Statue. He summons Synchron Carrier, which gets obliterated by Solemn. He's going to set Golden Land Forever and Conquistador and pass. Opponent summons Synchron Carrier, lets him summon Synchron or Junk Synchron in response. Opponent activates Skill Drain in response to Junk Synchron's effect activating. Effect is considered negated. He sinks them off into Junk Warrior. Junk Warrior's effect is not activated because Skill Drain's in effect. Jet Synchron's effect is activated, special summon itself by ditching the Synchron monster. Because the monster special summon from the grave, he's able to summon Doppel Warrior. So now he's linking Stardust and Doppel for Stardust Charge. Doppel Warrior's effect lets him summon a token, 2 tokens, and now he's going to start going for swings. Oh, please tell me he has him. No, he's just short because he already used the 1 Doppel to attack. He still did it in the right order because he was able to bait out the guy's card. But unfortunately, I think this is where everything's going to go sideways because he's going to get an Eldritch on board. Activate Eldritch effect, pitch the Skill Drain hand, send a monster to the grave. Send Spell Trap from the grave, from the field to the grave, add Eldritch back to hand, then special summon a zombie monster, give it boosted stats. And now the Eldritch is just going to own the field. Conquistador's Grave effect activates to set Scarlet Sanguine, which is going to activate to get a second Eldritch on board. Activates Feather Duster, responds by activating Scarlet Sanguine. There he is. He must be very proud of that Royal Rare. Turns Doppel tokens to defense. Passes. Draws his 3rd Skill Drain. He is linking them off into Gustav. Sorry, not like XZing them into Gustav. Gustav is on board, activates an effect, deal 2k. Turns Gustav into the other one. Juggernaut. Set skill drain. Activates the effect of Eldritch to bring itself back. Summon itself back stronger. In defense mode. Activates the effect of Juggernaut. Gives itself a boost and swings. Links using Juggernaut into Zeus. When it sets one, activates. Which one is that? Caro? Yeah. Activates the effect of Eldritch. Sends a Caro away. Summons Eldritch. This is a very sad day for dueling. Bad news from the Shadow Realm. Looks like another Eldritch player has just abused skill drain to absolutely dunk on a Synchro player. More at 11. We are all very proud. He drew all three of his skill drains that game. That's messed up. We have a Gren Maju deck. These are fun. Activates Pod Desires. Sets both Solemns. Sets Gren in defense. I mean, it has 4,000 defense right now. It has a lot of defense right now. It just passes his turn. Activates Extravagance. Banishes even more. Gren is absolutely yoked. And just punches. I was expecting a lot more excitement in that game. We can't have that be one of the last matches we show. That'd be boring. Alright, what do we got this time? BES? I thought you guys were all dead. Activates Extravagance, activates Terraforming. Activates BES Zone. I have to stop and read what these do. Add Boss Rush from deck to hand. All BES gain 500. I'm just going to say best, because BES makes me think of BTS. And that's not what we're here for right now. Alright, adds all best monsters, gain 500 attack defense. Your opponent can't target them with card effects, and it can't be destroyed by card effects. Once preparing special summon one best from your hand. If a best is normal special summon, you can place one counter on it. There's Boss Rush. Activates Best Zone to summon Covered Core. Covered Core gives itself a counter. When it's normal summon, put 2 counters on it. This card can't be destroyed by battle. If this card attacks or is attacked, at the end of damage step, toss a coin and call it. If you call wrong, remove 1 counter. If this card's without a counter, destroy it. Boss Rush. During the end phase of the turn, the best monster or big core is destroyed. Sent to the grave, you can special one best monster or big core from your deck. He also sets Droplet. Passes turn. Opponent's turn. Activate Pod Desires. And Lady Debug. Ooh, Salamandrate. I haven't seen one of these in this game yet. Activates Will the Salamandrate. Special summon Foxy. Links Foxy off into Almer. Or no, Balinx. Balinx effect activates. Draw 1. Or adds Sanctuary to hand. Activate Sanctuary. Link off Balinx into Balinx. Foxy's effect activates. Discard Salamandrate. Summon Foxy. Destroy a spell or trap. Link off Lady Debug and Foxy to make Update Jammer. Activates Nibiru. This might have backfired on you, bud. No, actually. That is only 800 defense. The ball is still in BES's court. Activates a second Beth Zelos. Opponent activates Joyous Spring to negate the effect of special summon. Or no, negates the effect to add Boss Rush. Then uses its effect to summon Tetran. Opponent banishes Balinx to protect Salamandrate Sanctuary. This card is attacked. Remove one counter from it. You cannot destroy it. Oof. But it was destroyed by an effect, so Boss Rush activates to summon Best Blaster Cannon, which Zelos is going to put a counter on. And Blaster Cannon is going to put counters on itself. If it's normal or special, and place 3 counters on it. Does Fox's effect again. Uses Will of Salamangreat to resurrect Falco. Links them both off into Splash Mage. Responds by activating Forbidden Droplet just to have the attack points and negate the effect, but he did not prevent his opponent from responding with his cards. Opponent summons Falco, links Splash Mage and it off into Transcode Talker. Transcode Talker's effect activates, letting special summon back Splash Mage, links them both off immediately. Into Access Code Talker. Access Code effect activates, targeting Transcode as the unit to buff itself. And he's going to start banishing Link monsters to destroy cards. Exciting to see that Bess is still alive, somehow. But a sad day for baseball, nonetheless. Good to see 2 things you almost never see in this game. Let's see if there ain't one more good match in this day. We got a Speedroid versus Unknown. Summons Ultra Hound, sends Speedroid trapped to the grave, duplicate, uses duplicate's effect to reduce level, summon itself as a monster. Links himself off into High Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter. Rubber Band Shooter effect activates. Banish a Wind Synchro. Reveal Synchros from the deck, send 1 to the grave, add 1 to hand. Summons Double Yo-Yo by having a Wind monster on the field. Summons back Pinky Dama. Summons Speedroid Die, modify his level to 2, get level 3 Cork Shooter. There it is. Cork Shooter resurrects a bunch of tuners, like Speedroid Die, or Red Eye Dice, and Double Yo-Yo. Modifies the level to 6, links them off into Wind Pegasus Adigneister. Links that and Cork Shooter off into the level 10 Baron de Fleur. Passes turn. He has 1 negate on board. Opponent activates Pot of Extrava, Pot of Prosperity. Gets Gamma Seal. You know where this is going. There goes Baron. Hello, Turtle. Sets 4. Ice Dragon's Prison. And he takes his opponent's Baron. Links off Duke and Hare for High Speedroid Kite Drake. Kite Drake's effect activates to destroy all other cards in the field. Responds with Void Trap Hole. Negate the effect and destroy it. Kite Drake's effect in the grave activates. Let's double check what that is. Add 1 Speedroid monster from your deck to your hand. Also, Pegasus effect activates. If another card you control is destroyed by a card effect, battle card effect while it's in your graveyard, banish it, then target 1 card your opponent controls, shuffle it into the deck. He shuffled 1 of his back row. He added Fukimoto to his hand. Banishing Daiko Duke. And attempt to special summon a tuner from his hand. Let me make sure I read that right. Hand or graveyard, which Baron de Fleur activates effect, which stopped itself. I think I lost track of the plot somewhere back in there. Well, it worked. Then, just normal summoned Fukimoto. So he brought back Corkshooter. He used the effect of Taketombo to summon itself because he had a wind monster. And then he normal summoned Fukimoto, which is now excavating. And he's going to add Marble Machine to hand. Using the effect of High Speed Red Rubber Band Shooter, normal summon one wind monster beyond his normal summon. In exchange, he can only summon from the extra deck for the rest of this. Only special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn. Except Synchro Monsters. Can only do Synchro Monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn. Got it. We got there. And let's see what he does. He's going to Synchro off Taketombo and Fukimoto. Clear Wing fast. He's going to link High Speed Roid and Synchron for Crystal Clear Synchron. Monster with special summons, so you can summon Rubber Band Plane. If this card has no special summon, target when face monster to the field, lose 600 attack until the end of the turn, which drops down Baron. Summons card Turbo, synchros it off into High Speed Roid Chanbara. Uses Crystal Clear to swing over Baron. Swings with Speed. Got the hiccups now. Speed Roid, Gamma Seal, Rubber Band, and Chanbara. And falls just. Wait, Chanbara can attack multiple times. Yep, can make a second attack during each battle phase. And that's how he's going to make a comeback. I was a little worried for him when he lost his Baron. I like Speed Roid. I think they have a neat gimmick. Wish I was better at them. But that's a satisfying match to end off in my eyes. So it's going to be the end of this video. If you caught the stream, thanks for watching. If you caught the replay, thanks for watching that too. Goodbye.